The US dollar is about to fall apart in a way that has never been seen before thanks to XRP and the rest of the crypto market. Watching this video right now is important for everyone back home because listen, you have a chance to gain disproportionately from one of the biggest wealth transfers in human history compared to the other 99% of people on Earth right now. In this video, I'll talk about what I'm talking about, what I mean, how I'm using this to my advantage, and what you can learn from this. First, I'd like to talk about the historic run we're seeing right now. Since the end of the pandemic in 2020, the S&P 500 has gone up more than 31% in the last 5 months. In the last 20 years, this is the third largest gain in just 5 months. This is only 1% less than the 32% rebound from the lows during the financial crisis in 2008. The S&P 500 has surged in value by a huge 16.6 trillion since its April 8th low point. Except for the US stock market, this is bigger than all of them put together. Historic is way too little of a word. What's going on? Why do so many people want to buy stocks? Coins like never before as the US dollar keeps becoming less valuable. The answer is pretty easy. Some people are losing faith in the strength of the US dollar because of the Fed's monetary policy. The Chinese yuan, the Japanese yen, and every other currency in the world is taking a big dive. It's happening, and things are only getting faster from here on out. In this case, people really only have two choices. First, you can support the current economic system, in which the value of the dollar is actually falling, and in 10 years, it will be worth only half of what it is today. Alternatively, you can start putting that money into something that has real value, like stocks. It's up to you guys to decide if that should be crypto, gold, or silver. In today's movie, I'll talk about crypto, but record amounts of money are also being put into gold. Gold prices are also setting new all-time highs because of this. Investors are clearly losing faith in the dollar, and this is only going to get worse as time goes on because of how the Fed is acting. But I also want to talk about how almost a third of the US states are in a slump at the moment, and how the Federal Reserve has no choice but to lower interest rates in order to stimulate the economy and print money, just like we saw in the 2008 financial crisis when the value of the dollar hit rock bottom and then went through the roof very quickly after. From Moody's research, we can see that 33% of US states may already be in a recession. Using a similar method, the National Bureau of Economic Research has found that places like New Jersey, Illinois, Virginia, Georgia, Washington, Iowa, and Oregon are seeing less economic activity. But California, Texas, and New York, which together make up almost a third of the US GDP, are leaving. This comes at a time when industries that make goods, like manufacturing, building, and farming, are already going through a recession. States in industrial and rural areas are being hit the hardest. It's always the blue-collar jobs that are hurt first when recessions start. So these states are always the first to see a drop, because the value of everything they're dealing with is the most important thing to them. They have to pay people to go out and do the work, and they buy the supplies. That is why they are always hit first. This takes a lot longer to happen with digital goods like those that come mostly from New York, California, and other places like that. This is because their costs are much lower, and taxes don't affect them. They're not affected by things like rising prices for goods and services or less market liquidity because they don't spend as much on marketing. At the same time, you can see that real estate, banking services, and retail are nearly stable while healthcare technology is growing. The US economy is in a state of flux, much from state to state based on the business you're in. Please think about what I say. What types of businesses are doing the best right now? Technology is really cool. Why? Because technology is what makes things better right now. The way our money works now can be fixed with blockchain technology. They are putting an unfair amount of money into XRP because of this. Bitcoins to Solana. These financial goods pretty much fix the problems with the dollar when it comes to money. People are putting a lot of money into AI right now because it lowers the cost of hiring, can be scaled up or down indefinitely, is very productive, and could save companies billions of dollars each, especially the bigger ones. A lot of big problems are being solved right now, and we should really try to fix the ones we already have. For example, most of the government will probably be run by AI in the next 10 years, which will make public services much cheaper. That will, of course, change the way our economies work in a big way again. I'd like to draw attention to a few things now. The price of a Solana coin just went over 240, and the market instability is going through the roof. That's because today the options on 4.2 billion worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum are no longer valid. What does this mean now? There are a lot more people who can buy and sell in the market when options are about to expire. Some say it's bearish, others say it's positive. But as you can see, this is the highest price that Bitcoin will ever sell for. The most that Ethereum can be sold for is for 400. Since the Federal Reserve is likely to start printing money and lowering interest rates again soon, there will likely be some volatility in the short term. That's why XRP and some other things have gone down a bit, and it's possible that we'll hit bottom at 4,400 for Ethereum, 212 for Bitcoin, and maybe 290 for XRP based on this news. Keep that in mind. Just because prices aren't going up all the time doesn't mean that the market isn't going to go up in general. From my point of view, this is just a chance, so that you can buy these dips. That's why my buy and sell indicator, which is called the Crusader signal, has been sending out some sell signs lately. The stochastic RSI shows that we've pretty much bought too much. As you can see, we've been hitting these lines of higher resistance over and over again. And you can see that we've just begun to see some changes for the better right here. If you were listening to my signal and sold between these two times and bought anywhere within this range, you would have done very well. If you looked at these numbers, you could have found an average entry price that was a lot lower than where we are now. Also, you could have gotten 2 great exits here or here. In most cases, it takes us about 2 strong sell signs to find our next buy signal. This has happened many times. It's sometimes 2, sometimes 3, and sometimes 1, but right now we only have the second one. This means that the chance of hitting our bottom support, which is around 294 for those of you back home, is growing. That's the price right now we're looking at, but I don't want you to miss this when it happens. You will get a message if you have my sign. Every time the buy strength is hit, every time the sell strength is hit, so you know what are the best steps you can take every day. You can check out the help lines, using my detector to see the resistance lines as well, and these markets can give you a pretty good idea of what to do next. Because if you had been following my signal for the past year, you would have been killing it lol. In these markets, I've tried it on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, and if you use my strategy, you will win every time. Finally, I'll leave you with this. If you want to find out the most about the places you're interested in, when you know when the best times to buy and sell are, you can get those signs sent straight to your phone or computer. Our monthly membership plan for this indicator is ready for you to sign up right now. We have 3 plans. You won't be sorry you did it. You can see all the trade wins here. People are killing it with this signal, and just know that the US dollar will continue to lose value against cryptocurrencies. People will keep selling US dollars and buying crypto, gold, and stocks as a way to protect themselves from inflation, which is going to happen. The value of the dollar will keep going down, and cryptocurrency will keep being the answer to that problem. Like button and subscribe button if you liked what you saw. Look at the sign below. Don't miss a beat, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.